फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो धरी राय सो भारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%, करे नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ होना, who asked you live at zero complete level, मौज में रहो, be happy.
Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
We are studying the Tejobindu Upanishad, and in the third chapter, we are trying to experience what is the ultimate experience like. That was the question asked by Kartikeya ji to Lord Shiva. As to what is the experience of realization? What is the meaning of experiencing consciousness? Now, in this question, the error is we all have always thought of something, knowledge of something, experience of something. That off we have to drop. Therefore, we told number of times, experience without an experiencer. See? Therefore, we have seen up to the sixth mantra. Today we will see few more. Sadaika rupas swaruposmi sada chinmatra vigraha aparichinna ruposmi yakhandanandamad rupavan. Now each and every word is not only mechanically saying. See? Sada eka ruposmi, I am ever the same. No changes has ever happened in me. Now find out this statement. Analyze your experience. Where it is said, I am ever the same. I have never changed. Then our attention will go more and more on what is constantly changing. See? Like the old people always talk about changes. See, Bombay is changing so much. See, people are changing so much. Now here it is said, Sada eka rasa saruposmi. So now drop all the changes. Now what is that which is not changing? There are two things which are not changing. One is absence is not changing. Sounds change. Silence cannot change. Because it doesn't exist. Sounds exist. We hear. Therefore, it is established that the sounds exist. But when it comes to the absence of the sound, absence is not an object. Absence of what? See? So, two things which are not subject to change. One is absence, and second is ultimate presence. See? So we go through our own experiences. The childhood has come and gone, change. Teenage has come and gone, change. Our likes and dislikes have changed. Our values have changed. Our priorities in life have changed. Our friend circle has changed. See? But all the changes are always established with reference to something which is never changed. If you see the development project, suppose they were having some big project, construction of a dam. So on the day of Bhumi Puja, they will be having a picture. And in that picture, there will be one reference, one mountain or one huge tree that will be included in that picture. Day one, this was the situation. Then after every 6 months, there will be another photograph, third photograph. And in all those photographs, the reference point will remain the same unless you do the photoshopping. See, it will remain the same. And therefore, we come to know yes, the progress is happening. So all the changes are established with something which is not changing. Simple rule. Now, see, in our life, our body has changed, our health has changed, but in and through, we are the same. But normally, what happens? Our attention is only on that which is constantly changing. So, to catch this, what should be the spiritual practice? Sada eka rasa swaruposmi. So, first catch that unchanging principle which doesn't exist, meaning silence. Either make silence as the object of your experience. Again, silence is of two types. One is created silence, one is existing silence. Created silence is what we do not talk to ourselves. We keep on talking to ourselves. Cock, 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 cock. And second, the existing silence. The people will be talking and making all noise, all kinds of vehicles, trucks, etc. But when we are undisturbed by any sound, so we have brought these 2 points together. We don't talk to ourselves and we do not get disturbed by any sound. देखो सुनो मत बोलो. सदा एक रसस रूपोस्मि. सदा चिन्मात्र विग्रहः. Ever in awareness. We are aware of waking or we are identified with the waking. When we are identified with the waking, the waker, waking world, and waking experiences are given a status of reality. But when we are aware of the waking, then the waking world, the waking experience, and the waker are no more an issue for us. So we are aware of the waking, we are aware of the dream, we are aware of the deep sleep, we are aware of the samadhi. All of them come and go. This pure conscious awareness is mentioned here, Chinmatra Vigraha. Vigraha, we are the embodiment of pure consciousness. Now put these two things together. See? First, we are never changing, and second, we are pure consciousness. Together, we are conscious existence. And therefore, our experience is never in a sequence. The objective experiences are in sequence. Get up in the morning, go to the bathroom, take bath, one after another, sequence. But I am and I know I am is a simultaneous experience. There is no sequence created. The moment we give value to sequence, we have fallen from the consciousness to the mind. When we transcend the mind, there is no sequence. Like when we go to sleep. Entering sleep is going beyond mind. Mind is dissolved in consciousness, according to Vedanta. Mind is dissolved in Prakriti, according to yoga, whatever you want to take. See? So the mind is dissolved in consciousness, no event is taking place. In pure awareness, in pure conscious existence, nothing is happening. In a space, nothing is happening. All things are happening in the remaining four elements. And that happening is not even touching the space. So in deep sleep, because the mind is dissolved temporarily, therefore there is no event after event. Therefore there is no sequence. Therefore there is no time, space and object. The world begins when these three parameters are imaginary projected. See? Maya kalpita desha kala kalana vaichitra chitrikrutam. And all these things, time, space and object, they are only imaginary projections. They have no existence. All that is gained through the mind is samsara. Transcending the mind is Paramatma. Sada ekarasa ruposmi sada chinmatra vigraha. No sequence. So what is this experience? Knowing is being. Then aparichinna ruposmi. We are not creating anything. We are not doing anything. Aparichinna rupa. Parichinnam is broken. Paritaha chinnam. Like the chinni, chisel. Pari means all around. We are cut all around. Deshataha, kalataha, vastutaha. I am 16 years old. Kalataha. Before that I was not there. Then Deshataha. I am 4 by 6. Vastutaha. I am 2 tons. See? Nirmana moha. And this moha, the delusion of measurements. is taken why so seriously that we are living as the body, for the body, on everybody. Throughout life, that is the only story we have. Friends, be very attentive, we move keeping the ornaments on our body. See, various kinds of necklaces, diamond, and all that. I don't know what are they. Then various kinds of rings, then big bangles, everything. Um, Diamond studded iPhone. See? But the problem is nobody calls. Diamond. See? So what are they? They are the ornaments. And when do we put ornaments? When we want to exhibit, is it not? When you go to sleep, you don't put on ornaments and sleep. Remove them. Exactly the same way, my friends, the body is an ornament on me. And I keep on showing this body ornament to the whole world. And not only this body is ornament on me, but all the bodies are ornaments on me. The body is in me. I am not in the body. The waves are in me, the ocean says. But I am not in the waves. Waves are born and die. I am neither born nor die. The bodies are born and die. I neither die nor born. This is our experience. Aparichinna ruposmi. See, friends. There are people who are afraid of silence. Those who are staying next to the railway line, whole life, they were only in that musical melody or tragedy. And anywhere they go, calm and quiet, they can't stand it. See, in our Shivaji Park, evening time, all the oldies, everybody comes and sits there. Caw, 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 caw. So there was one couple, now they are no more, gone for good. So I told them, I said, hey, instead of staying in such a, you are staying on the fourth floor, there is no lift and all that. Your daughter is calling you again and again, such a beautiful place. Why don't you go and stay there? So the daughter said, Swamiji, I tried my best. They came when I forced them. After 3 days, like children, they started crying. We want to go back to Mumbai. Why? It is too silent here. See, we are accustomed to this noise so much that we cannot be at peace with ourselves. Therefore, aparichinna ruposmi. Therefore, presence and absence, when they are equal, we have experienced this aparichinna rupa. Unbroken, continuous. See how it is to be recognized. Sound, I am illuminating. Silence, I am illuminating. Sounds are not continuous. Silence is also broken. But both of them are illuminated by my presence. Therefore, the objects may be broken, but I continue to be the continuous one. Waking, dream, deep sleep, come and go, we are the same. aparichhinna ruposmi yakhandananda rupavan. And therefore, I am of the nature of akhanda ananda, unbroken bliss. What we get in this world is the broken ananda. See? Bombay, Shivaji Park, me, Dadarkar. Then, what is that? Misal, something useless thing. Daridri. That is the competition. See? If you want to have something, have Rasgulla. That is good. Misal, all kachra. But that is what. And then, Bhagavan Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, विषयेन्द्रिय संयोगात यत्तद अग्रे अमृतोपमम परिणामे विषमिव तत्सुखम राजसं स्मृतम. While eating, हरी मिर्च नहीं, मजा आ रहा है. परिणामे, when the other end is on fire, ज्यादा हो गया. That is not ananda. See, here it is akhanda ananda. Means what? Presence or absence of things and beings do not make any impact on our being. Ever at peace with oneself, and a person who is at peace with himself or herself is at peace with the whole world. When we are sleeping, the whole world is sleeping for us. Is it not our experience? When we are sleeping, what other people are doing, who cares? Because from our standpoint, they are no more awake for us. Therefore, akhandananda rupavan. It is not sometime happiness, sometime misery, then sometime misery, then sometime more misery. Happiness comes by mistake. See? Sat parananda ruposmi chit paranandamasmeham antara antara rupoham avang manasa gocharaha. Sat parananda ruposmi. Now our bliss is not a pleasure. It is not dependent on anything and being. And the simplest understanding of ananda or bliss is Patanjali Maharshi. Prayatna Shaithilya Ananta Samapatibhyam. When our life is effortless. Wherever there are efforts, we are not normal. This is Satparananda Ruposmi. No efforts. Why no efforts? Because we don't want anything. Efforts are nothing but expression of desire. In deep sleep, no desire, no efforts. How much efforts we have to put for snoring? Snoring is effortless. That time we are divine. Therefore we are happy. Others suffer, it is their problem. See? Therefore, Sat Parananda Ruposmi Chit Paranandamasmeham. Now this is not to be understood, but this is the experience. Chit Parananda Ruposmi. It is our experience. It is not only when the wise man goes to sleep, he is happy. And when the other wise man goes to sleep, he is miserable. No. It is a universal experience. We are not addressing anybody. We are telling what is the ultimate experience to whomsoever it may concern. So when we talk about anatomy, we don't talk about anatomy of a particular person, but anatomy of all human beings. See, It is not personality oriented. This is the beauty of our scriptures. Our scriptures are not addressed to a people limited by a geographical area during a particular historical event. No. The scriptures are trans all time, space, and object. And therefore they are scientific. See. Therefore, Satparananda Ruposmi, Chitparanandamasmeham, Antarantara Rupovan, Antarantara, Antarantara. Meaning what? Where nothing is excluded, everything is included. See, be attentive. Earth dissolves in the water. Waters dissolve in the fire. Fire dissolves in the air. Air dissolves in the space. I always had this kind of funny thought. We call our globe is having the Vatavaran. Vata means air, Avaran means covering. So, when the limit, so this is the limit of our globe. So, when the air is there, there is a movement. We can feel the air. But when a limit is reached, thereafter, when you cross this limit, there is no air. So, where from the air has come? See. Then what is air? Be attentive. Space is free from movement. But that unmoving, unchanging space, when it starts moving, it is called as air. But how can the space move? Its own choice? Who can stop? There is no question why. It is like this. See? We never waste our time in finding out why the fire is hot. No, we know fire is hot, accept it and deal properly and be happy. See? So, Antara Rupoham. So we are gone inside. Inside the earth is the water. Inside the water is the fire. Inside the fire is the air. Inside the fire is the air is the space. What is inside the space? Our mind. When the mind is enfolded as in deep sleep, where are we? Space gone. When space gone, the time gone. When time and space gone, objects have gone. But we are still there. Meaning that which is the substratum of all the principles of change. The principles of change are three: time, space, and object. See how the time is born? When an object, earth, is moving in the space around another object called as the sun, then the concept of time is born 365 days, 1 year. If there is no space, there can neither be earth, nor the sun, nor the movement. So these three parameters, time, space, and object, they are mutually necessary for their existence. And therefore, Antarantara Rupoham, this absolute reality that we are, untouched by time, space, and object. Even in the absence of the time, space, and object, we continue to be. Because as the earth in the water and so on, and finally the space in the mind, then the mind dissolves in life, Chetana. And the Chetana is the expression of Chaitanya. See? The more you reflect in these lines, you will see you don't have to any struggle, and the best part will be it is not an achievement. You won't get anything, nor do we lose anything. See? In this, we have to do nothing. Yes, earth goes to the water, water to the fire, fire to the air to the space to the mind, mind to the Chetana, Chetana to Chaitanya. We are the same. What same? That Chaitanya we are. Untouched by time, space, and object. Therefore, antarantara rupoham, and therefore, avang manasa gocharaha. If we want to write an essay on earth, we can write pages together. Write on water, few less number of pages. Write on fire, very many less number of pages. On earth, on the air, still less. Earth has got 5 qualities: Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Water has got only 4: Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, no Gandha, no smell. Fire has got only 3 qualities: Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, no Rasa, no Gandha. Udupi Hotel. They give you so hot food. And then you say, oh, you can't taste it. There is no taste in the heat. Then you go to the air, all the 4 qualities gone. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. And you come to the space, only 1 quality, Shabda, sound. And come to the mind, what is the smell of the mind, what is the taste of the mind, what is the form of the mind, what is the touch of the mind, and what is the sound of the mind? Nothing. Meaning, as you start migrating from the gross to the subtle, more and more qualities are discarded, and we become more and more unqualified. This unqualified existence is our essential nature. And therefore, spiritual evolution is not attainment. No, you are that. See? When we are out of a bad dream, and then we come to know it was just a dream, unnecessarily I was frightened. So when we are awake, is it a gain? And have we lost anything in the dream? No. Exactly the same way. When we are awakened to our essential nature, it is not a gain. Nor we have lost anything. Where gain and loss, they are equal. That is the meaning, avang manasa gocharaha. That which is beyond the scope of the speech, the mind, or description. And therefore, wise people keep their mouth shut. Otherwise, people cannot keep their mouth shut. Therefore, our Mahamantra, dekho, suno, mat bolo. One of the most potent spiritual practice. I am not asking you to follow Maunam and take a paper and pen, keep on writing. No, don't do that dumb thing. We have to lead normal life, and before we talk on any issue, meaning before we respond, before we react, Bhagavan Krishna, Kim Prabhasheta, Arjuna's question was, how does a wise man respond? Bhagavan says, Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha. When miseries come, he doesn't become miserable. See? And when there are comforts, he is not attached to the comforts. Meaning, whatever is there, he is at peace with that. Therefore, dekho suno mat bolo. There is no need. So before we talk to anybody on any issue, give it a try. Ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, my friends, in 99% cases, you will discover this. We talk unnecessarily. See? Therefore, antarantara rupoham avang manasagocharaha. When our speech is reduced, to that extent our mind is calm. And when our mind is calm, if you have to get some example, if you take, let's take a small lake or a pond puddle, and in that you put one dry leaf, immediately there will be ripples. It is very shallow. And in the ocean, let the whole ship sink, no ripples. When we are a shallow personality, about everything, there is a caw, 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 caw. See, this is what is mentioned here. Antarantara rupoham avang manasa gocharaha. Therefore, these two principles which we told, they are the most potent spiritual practice. One is stop talking to yourself. And there you will find one day very distinctly that everything that we talk to ourselves, it has a reference. Mother, father, brother, sister, husband, wife, neighbor. We have taken some position. And from that position, the mind will start talking. And why we are quiet in deep sleep? No reference. Therefore, antarantara rupoham avang manasagocharaha, beyond the scope of the speech, mind, etc. See? Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha, that where from the speech comes back, the speech is important, and so also the mind. Atmananda swarupoham satyanandosmiham sada, Atma Rama swaruposmi yayam Atma sadashivaha. Atmananda swarupoham. I'll tell you one beautiful thing which I have explained in one of my talk some time back, maybe few years back. And today when I was correcting the manuscript, I was thrilled to read to that again. It was so good. If you see the football matches, there are two parties, 10, 12, whatever number of things, and they have got only one football. See? In Calcutta, one sheikh came from Middle East, and he saw that they are all playing football and all that. So he thought, poor Indians, they don't have enough balls. So he went out, bought 22 balls, and told, stop everybody. What? Don't fight for the ball, take one by one. So there is one football, and so many of them are kicking. What is their goal? See? 3 goals, 4 goals, 1 goal at least, is it not? Now, when they hit the goal, they get the goal. Can you show the goal? Yes, you can show. When they hit the goal, oh, where is that goal? Is it in the ball? Is it in the 2 pillars? Is it with those players? Is it they're hitting that poor ball? There it is. It is you. And that goal that you hit and win is seen nowhere. Meaning what? All the struggle of all the players on the football ground is goal is happiness. And if they cannot win the goal, they are miserable. So the goal is happiness in life. We are all struggling and seeking happiness. You will never succeed in life. You may succeed for some time. Next time you'll be again down. See? By mistake we are happy. By default we are miserable. Right from morning onward, cock, 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 cock. Hey Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. See? Therefore, if the goal is happiness, instead of seeking happiness, why not discover happiness? In seeking, there is struggle outside. You are fighting with all the factors which are responsible for an obstacle of getting happiness. But when you discover happiness, that means something is already there which was covered by something. So whenever we discover, it is not created. It is discovered, it is existing already. This is what is mentioned here. Atmananda Sarupoham. We don't have to struggle and get happiness in life, but let our divine being be revealed to us. Atmananda Swarupoham. And all this can happen only by one method. Analyze your own experiences. There cannot be any superior spiritual practice than this. All other things, what we are doing or not doing, is okay in its own place. Okay, no problem. But if we take this as our day-to-day lifestyle, and this I told so many times, and I know nobody has done it, they will not do it also. Make a copy, write the title of the copy, what I have learned today. Every day, learn only one thing from your whole day. One thing. And don't do D2, D2, D2 next day. No. Every day something new. See, by the end of the year, you would have learned 365 new things in life. When we learn, we grow wise. When we don't learn, we grow otherwise and old. Such old, otherwise people have nothing except complaints about the youngsters. See? They don't understand. Their time was different. And today's time is different. I tell you, all old fellows like me, if they have to go today in the school, they will fail. The amount of pressure, the information that is available today was never there during the old days. But we are unable to drop that. Therefore, if we learn from our experience, what is the experience? When we are happy, exactly what happens? Analyze. Suppose I like a particular dish and I get it. Oh, I'm so happy. So, happiness is coming from that dish. Really? Okay. Take, for example, you like laddu, motichur laddu. You eat one, aha, so nice. Okay, take second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th. As you keep on consuming more and more laddus, the ability to provide you happiness is reduced to that extent. A stage comes, no more please. With one laddu, 1 unit of happiness. Therefore, with 100 laddu, there should be 100 units of happiness. But does it happen? No. Then where from that happiness has come? Analyze. Then we come to know agitation in the mind. I want a laddu, I want a laddu. That agitation was quietened by the first laddu. Therefore, first laddu gives us more happiness. Second laddu will be reducing the quantity of happiness. As you go ahead, it becomes a torture. Therefore, what is the source of happiness? Quiet mind. Earlier, desire to have the laddu was so strong. And when the desire is fulfilled, mind is at peace. Therefore, what is happiness? Undisturbed mind is happiness. Disturbed mind is samsara. Nobody can help us. We have to live our life. We have to die our death. We have to lead our spiritual life. See? Shurasya dhara nishita duratya durgam pathastat kavayo vadanti. It is not a path for the crowds. See? Today I received one Bhagavad Katha somewhere going on in Rajasthan. Good friend of mine. So they have said, Swamiji, today is 4th day, 5th day. And timing is from what time? 1 to 5 o'clock. Bhagavad Katha. And then dancing. Nanda ke Ananda Bhayo, all the fatty old ladies, whole life they have never come out of their house, and then dancing and all that. And somebody falls down, never. Devotion. There they'll be showing they are happy. After they go home, then daughter-in-law, mother-in-law, Suru, again, same tamasha. Therefore, I told you, you are in a wrong place if you are getting bored. See, we should be very clear. Atmananda Swaruposmi. You are going to get nothing in life from this satsang. Why should we come? Don't come. Who cares? See, even our devotion is also a bargain. See, Bhagwan, if this thing happens, ek nariyal phodenge. On Bhagwan's head. Everywhere, only bargain. No. Therefore, these two things, we are not going to gain anything as a spiritual practice. See? Now, to understand this, take this example. If you know driving perfectly well, are you going to get a Nobel Prize? Is the traffic going to be controlled? So, if you have a perfect driving skill, you are not getting anything. You are supposed to have it. And if you really have, you will stop complaining about the traffic. Those who drive the vehicle, car, and always having the road rage and fighting and shouting at others, they are not perfect drivers. If you have a driving license, you should be perfect, not the world. If you are walking spiritual path, you have to be perfect, not the world. But our problem is, इतना किया भगवान का क्या मिला किसको? Who asked you? Did Bhagwan say, Mangal rakho? No? Eat. But then we are frightened, See, I was doing this, but I forgot it. Now I will do a prayaschitta. What? Normally I observe the Tuesday, and that day I take only one meal. But now, prayaschitta, I will not take even that meal. So, you are torturing and imagining that I am doing this thing. Friends, you are strengthening your I. As much we should forgive others, forgive yourself. Don't carry the burden of torturing yourself. That is not spiritual life. See? We will be repeating the same mistake. Therefore, Atmananda Swarupoham, remain at peace. Satyananda Asmiham Sada, and this is the ultimate real bliss because it is not created. Vishaya Bhoga Ananda is Vishaya Ananda. It is created and it has got its own limitations. See, after some time, the same Vishaya cannot give you happiness. This is another thing. Please learn from your own experience. Human mind cannot remain attracted equally toward the same object, same person, same place, same situation infinitely. It cannot remain. This is the manufacturer's defect. See? Then two people can stay together only because of understanding. Understanding is not getting victimized by the whim and the fancy of the mind. Therefore, we rise above the mind, come to the wisdom, discrimination. See? Therefore, Satyananda Asmi Aham. There was one lady and she came and asked Swamiji, I cannot take him anymore. Now I have decided to separate. I said, why you have come to me? I am not your anybody to take permission from you. You go to hell, who cares? No, 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 I want your advice. I said, I don't give advice to anybody. I can only show you the way of thinking. You decide. Vimrusha etad asheshena yateshisi tathakuru. What is that? I said, listen. What you are doing is changing the problem. आकाश से टपके खजूर पे लटके. See? But we get so lost in that because very strong personalities. Therefore, Satyananda Swami, you have to forget, you have to forgive. This is how. Keep your mind uncontaminated. Then Atma Rama Swaruposmi. He I am Atma Sadashivaha. So I am this ultimate self, ever the same, ever auspicious. Like the space is uncontaminated by the contents, the vision is uncontaminated by the colors and forms, the mind is uncontaminated by the thoughts, the life is uncontaminated by whether it is a human life or it is animal life. We may call human beings as superior than animals. No, life is the same. Hunger, thirst, anger, greed, love, hatred is a common expression of life. Sense of insecurity. Even if you want to kill a mosquito, it runs away. Why? Sense of insecurity. I don't want to die. There was one story I read in Mountain Path, a magazine coming from Ramanashram. I really like that story. The moral of the story we have to catch. There was a king, and in that kingdom there was a great Mahatma. So one day the king went to the Mahatma and said, Sir, please tell me my future. He said, okay, you ask, I am telling you. After you die, you will be born as a pig. Then, if you tell your minister that he should locate that pig and then bring you back and then tell in your ear that you are essentially a king But whatever reason, you are born as a pig. So take permission from that pig king and kill that pig. Then you will be again relieved from the pig body and you will be again born as a royal family child. And then again you can rule the kingdom. Okay, Maharaj. And then one day he died. So before death, he told his minister, after a few months or so, now there was a search for the royal pig. And after about a year or two, they could locate the royal pig. All the description given was perfect. And the royal pig was brought to the palace and then given a royal bath, perfume bath. And then, till then, the pig didn't know what is happening. He wanted to run away. And then that minister told everybody to get out. He was tied down properly, that pig. And in the ear of the pig, the minister told, your royal self, you are essentially a king. But because of something, you are born as a pig. Like your guru told, if you allow me to kill this body of the pig, you will be reborn as a human being in a royal family. Should I do? The pig shouted, no, don't do that. Why? I never knew the joy of a pig's life. No rules, no regulation. खाओ पियो मौज करो. Friends, the life is common wherever it is. We may feel, oh, they eat all dirty thing, but they enjoy. Are not the vegetarian people feel when the non-vegetarian people eat food, oh, they are eating dead animals, but they non-vegetarian, they are enjoying. Friends, expression of life is common everywhere. Therefore, Atma Rama Swaruposmi Yayam Atma Sadashivaha. Come back to your own divine self. You will be at peace always under all conditions. That doesn't mean you will be dull witted. That doesn't mean you will not be successful in life. No. Everything will be happening. And yet, you will be at peace with yourself. And how do we know we are at peace with ourselves? We are at peace with the whole world. See, a person who is not at peace with himself or herself cannot be at peace with the world. Always at war. Atma Prakasha Saruposmi Yatma Jyoti Rasosmi Ham Adi Madhyanta Hinosmi Yakasha Sadrushosmi Ham. Atma Prakasha Saruposmi. See, there was a child in a room, dark room, no light. So somebody from outside knocked. Is there somebody? Yes, I am here, but there is no light. But how do you know you are there if there is no light? To know one's presence, we do not require any external light. See? Being is knowing. If you catch this phrase, all your efforts will be quietened. We want to know something as if we are not that. Atma Prakasha Ruposmi, Atma Jyoti Rasosmi Ham, independent of everything. You know, this word Jyoti, it is normally misunderstood or presented in a wrong way. You must have seen many Mahatmas, when their pictures are there, behind their head there is a big white light kind of thing, right? Light coming out of that Mahatma. Light means what? That which illuminates is the light. For example, my hand is not self-illumined. So the external light, tube light, is illuminating my hand. Now to know the tube light, do I require my hand? Because the tube light is self-illumined. Now the sun light is known by whom? By the stones? No. I know. I means my eyes know. So my light of my eyes is illuminating the sunlight. And therefore, light of the eyes is more powerful than the sunlight. Now, when we look at the light as this, then we will imagine some light is coming out of the eyes and the sun is illuminating. No, 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 no. See? And whether my eyes are functional or not, who knows? The mind knows. So the light of the mind is more powerful than the light of the eyes or sense organs. Then the light of the Chetana is more powerful than the light of the mind. And the ultimate light, the pure conscious blissful existence, is the ultimate light. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. See? The more we become cool, calm, quiet, there is nothing to be achieved, there is nothing to be protected, there is nothing to be lost. And Atma Jyoti, rasosmyaham. Ras means what? Ras means where there is no seed. Causeless presence. I am husband because I got married. I am an officer because I got a job. I am a businessman because I got a business. But I am because no cause. See? Causeless existence. Rasosmyaham. And therefore, on the spiritual path, there is a joy, cheer, happiness. No frustration. See? Adi madhyanta hinosmi. See? Adi, birth. Madhya, modification. End, death. Neither I have the experience of birth, growth, or death. Now, for this, what you have to do? Tell me, what sadhana will you do? Nothing. Backdrop is green. Understood? Yes. Now do sadhana. What sadhana is required? That knowledge which does not demand a follow-up action is the truth, is the real knowledge. And any knowledge which demands a follow-up action is samsara. You are ultimate, that's it. Adi madhyanta hinosmi, akasha sadrushosmyaham. I am like the space. But the difference is, space has emptiness. But in me, there is no emptiness. See? Bijasyantarivangkuro jagadidam prang nirvikalpam punah maya kalpita desha kala kalana vaichitra chitrikrutam maya viva vijrumbayatyapi maha yogi vayasvechaya tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye namaidam Sri Dakshina Murtaye. The whole world is in me like in a seed. The whole tree is contained. Therefore, nothing comes from outside. Everything is in me. Therefore, I am like the space. Everything is in the space. Nothing can remain out of the space. But I am not the empty space. I am the solid space. Solid space because other than me, there is nothing. Space because everything is in me. The only example I can think of is gold is a solid space for all the ornaments. Ornaments don't come from outside and land on the gold. All ornaments are unmanifest, existing in the gold. Therefore, solid. And because the ornaments are residing inside the gold, there has to be a space. So two together, solid space. All contradictions. The more we become aware of our being, we have fulfilled our birth as a human being. Otherwise, वही तमाकू वही चूना रगड़ो और खाओ. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.